Hello students, we're going to take a look now at the solution to number 9. This is number 9, part of chapter 4 sample quiz, which of course is in book 2 of your ma1026 booklets, and it's asking us to graph the function, and it's a quadratic function, so the graph of a quadratic is a parabola. So graph this quadratic function and label the coordinates of the vertex, the equation of the axis of symmetry, and the coordinates of two other points on the graph. It's very similar to the previous example we just did on the video, which is number 8, except this one is not in vertex form. You notice that this one is not in vertex form. This is in what we call standard or general form. So we have to take this form and change it to vertex form to graph it. Okay? Now, in this form, there is one thing that will help you with the graph very quickly, because when it's in the general form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, which is what we have, and it's not in the form, vertex form, y equals a outside of x minus h all squared plus k. When it's in the first form I wrote there, one of the easy things to get is the y-intercept, because when x equals 0, this term will go to 0, this term will go to 0, leaving you with just c for the y-intercept. So the one easy thing you can get from general form is the y-intercept, and that'll help you with your graph. So the y-intercept is always 0, c. So in our case, the y-intercept is going to be, as you can see, 0, 1. So that's one thing we get from that, but it's easier to graph from vertex form than general form. So let's write down the y-intercept, because that's important. That'll help us with our graph, 0, 1. So let's keep that in mind right there. Now let's take this form and put it in vertex form, which is a skill you need from this unit. So it's a good practice question for you. Now y equals negative x squared plus 4x plus 1. Okay, now we know we have to find three things. We have to find a, and we have to find h, and we have to find k. So let's find a first. Okay, so the very first step when you're changing from into vertex form is find those three values. So let's label this step 1. We're going to find a. Now, it's very easy to find a because a is the same in both. Look, if you look at a in both forms, same thing. So this is a fairly easy step. To find a, you just look at the coefficient of the x squared term. And the coefficient of negative x squared is negative 1. So a is equal to negative 1. So the first step, not too difficult, right? Just read your coefficient of your x squared term. The next step, okay, step 2, is to find the x coordinate of the vertex, which we call h, right? We're looking for this value right here. So we're trying to find h. Now h, we know from general form, h is equal to, and this was developed in your class, minus b over 2a. Okay, now what is b? B is the coordinate of the x term. So we know a is negative 1, and there's b right there. B is plus 4. Alright, so b is equal to plus 4. Let me just jot that down one more time. B is equal to positive 4. So plugging those values in, I got a minus that's in the formula, or right there, see it? Over 2 times negative 1. So it's going to be negative 4 over negative 2, which is positive 2. Okay? So now I got h. Now the next thing I need, of course, is k. And to find k, that's step 3. How are we going to find k? By substituting the 2 back in. Now k is the y coordinate of the vertex. So how do you do that? You sub it back in, and you get y equals. So just go back and put the x value in. So y equals negative 2 squared plus 4 times 2 plus 1. And if you're not sure about signs, let me just tidy that up. Go over to your calculator and do that. So plus 1. So I'm going to type it just like I see it. Negative, open bracket, 2, close bracket, squared. That's x squared plus 4, open bracket, x, which, x is what? X is 2, close bracket, plus 1. And that'll give you your y coordinate. So this comes out to 5. Okay? So now we have all three, don't we? We have a equal to 1. We got h equal to 2 right there. And we got k equal to 5 right there. So now I can write it in intercept form, which is y equals a outside of x minus h all squared plus k. Alright, now we know the vertex is hk, right? So our vertex here now is h comma k, which is 2 comma 5. So I can plot that point, that's easy. 2 comma 5 right here. I know it opens down, so I'll label that 2 comma 5 above it. Now I got the y-intercept, didn't we? We got the y-intercept, which was 0, 1. Right? We got that from general form up there, so I'll label that. Now we know it's symmetric, so that is going to be the same distance on the other side. So 4 will also give you 1, and you can check that, okay, by plugging the value of 4 in. So let's do that. Let's put 4 in, and you can put it in either equation, it doesn't matter. I'll put it down in vertex form. So minus, open bracket, I'm putting 4 in just to check the value, minus 2, close bracket, square that, and add 5. Double checking, and it does come out to be 1. So here's the point, 4 comma 1, and of course we had the y-intercept, which of course is 0 comma 1 if we write it as an ordered pair. And then of course sketch this, okay, as best you can in curved. Remember, it's a curve, not a V-shaped graph. Try to make it a curve. Okay, oops, difficult to do freehand like this, but oops, missed it. Let's try that again. Oopsie daisy. And we'll try to sketch this with difficult. The pen keeps moving. Alright, anyhow, not a great sketch, but you got the idea. So you can put in the axis of symmetry as well, and the axis of symmetry is right in the middle. Okay, don't forget to put the axis of symmetry in here, and the axis of symmetry is going to be what? I'm going to go right down, right? That's the line that divides it in half. So let's graph that line right down the middle of that. So here's your axis of symmetry, right in the middle. Okay, now label that point. Well, we know it's x equals whatever the x coordinate of the vertex is. X equals h, in this case x equals 2, so there's your axis of symmetry labeled as well. Now I did it all by hand. Of course you could have done this very quickly on the calculator, and I'm going to graph both forms just to show you they should be exact same graph, right? So let's go to our y equals, and we'll do it the general form first. So it's a negative sign in front of x, and then square it, plus, see where I'm typing, 4, the x button is here, plus 1. Now let's graph that and see what it looks like. So very similar to what we have, a little bit more neater. Alright, and if I graph the second one, vertex form of the same one, so actually you shouldn't see it because it'll draw it right on top of each other, hopefully, if we've done the vertex form right. So negative, open bracket, x, subtract 2, close bracket, square that, plus k, which is 5. Alright, so now there's the other one. Let's graph, hit the graph button. And you didn't see anything, right? You didn't see a second curve because they're right on top of each other. So we know we have both curves correct. So there's a complete answer for number 9, part of your chapter 4 sample quiz. Bye for now.